Hello and welcome to the Center Court Podcast, the only podcast known to lower your AO1C, not clinically, but anecdotally. I'm your host, Chill Will.
I'm your boy, Jay All Day.
And when our powers combine, we form the Center Court Podcast. And you are listening to High Level Podcasting. Right now, we are blasting off into a place of podcast nirvana.
Podcast Nirvana.
Yeah, podcast nirvana.
That's a nice concept, bro.
Yeah, man. I got a couple nice concepts. We're going to explore them today.
Let's have at it.
So I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Ask you a question.
Your question is?
What am I going to do? Go. 50. 50.
Yeah, we are back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Center Court Podcast once again.
Yeah, welcome back. Another week.
Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Chill Will.
Jay All Day.
Yes. And High Level Podcasting is back at you once again. Once again, if you're a first time listener, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
It's good to see you, dear listener. We had some events in the city over the past, I'd say few weeks. Sixers season ended. That's over.
Flyers out.
Yep.
Phillies were 500.
They were 500 till earlier this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like a few minutes ago. What happened? What happened, man?
The Cubs. What? Not the Cubs. What do they call them now? It's not even Cleveland
Guardians.
The
Guardians.
The Guardians. Yeah, we lost to the Guardians. So
okay. Well, as you may know, as our dear listeners already know, the old Chill Willmeister says the Phillies don't make the postseason, and it's looking like that prediction is holding strong. What say you?
So right now, Phils are what? 26 and 27.
Yep.
That probably puts some, I want to say 10 and a half games out of first place or out of contention with the Braves. And I'm trying to think maybe about 5 to 6 games out of the wild card spot. So the final wild card spot.
Yeah. So even with the extra wild card Jones, it's not looking
too good.
Okay.
So even, they turned the bats on to get back to 500, but it's just been kind of on a seesaw for the last week since then. So that's kind of where we're at.
But once again, it touches in on the subject that we brought up months ago.
Drop 30 games.
And we are right here at that threshold. 31 games, right? 32 now. 32, 33.
Well, that's 30. Well, yeah.
Right, 30-something games. I'm sorry. 26, so that's 53. 52, and then today made 53. If you cut 30 games off of that, go back and listen to the old podcast. You may not, we're not going to spell out again for the listeners who've already been here, but, go back and listen to that. We fix Major League Baseball because that's what we do.
Yeah.
For you, the fans, we are fixing Major League Baseball.
To make it a more entertaining, not even so much entertaining.
More enjoyable. Each game means more. Right. And I think you add stakes to each game by taking games away, and it creates more drama. Each game means that much more. So it's the same thing. I think the NBA may end up like taking away 10 games. That would I'm not saying that I'm okay with it.
That one sticks with me a little bit.
Yeah, but that's a different subject. Yes, I know. I get it. I understand.
With so much load management, as they say now,
But you got to remember, we understand shit different now than we did back then.
True.
We understand. Like we don't play with concussions now. But in the mid '80s, concussions was just.
He got his bell rung. He get it back out there.
Get him the smelling salts, and we get my man back out on the field. The stars will help him. The stars that he's seeing in his eye, that'll help him. I don't know how yet, but we'll figure something out.
That makes me curious to go back and watch some old football highlights for players that might have took a big hit.
Yeah.
That didn't get pulled out of the game back in the day, and just see how they responded on the field. Like, it couldn't have been pretty.
It couldn't have been good. I remember one incident in particular. Super Bowl, don't quote me. Broncos versus Packers, and Steve Atwater dropped down from the secondary, blasted his own guy, and the Antonio Freeman. He just blasted everybody.
He just tried to take everybody out the front.
Right, and he knocked himself out, Antonio Freeman out, and his own team, off everybody on the field, knocked out. Now, these guys are they wake them up, take them to the sidelines, give them some smelling salt, and then they reinsert them into the contest. Now, that ain't happening now.
They'll take their helmet now.
Right. So, could the same lessons be applied to basketball and load management? Because we're watching these guys after their career's over, their bodies look like they torn to shreds, knees going, all that. So, is we taking games away from them during the regular season? Is it extending their career?
I mean, do you keep it at 82 games and, I don't know, you're only...
I don't know to be honest, I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know.
So we think we should fix the NBA? Let's fix the NBA. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Set
need to fix the NBA.
Yeah, let's fix it. We talk about the Phillies right now. So let's wrap there.
Okay, so yeah.
We'll wrap the Phillies, and then we'll just fix the NBA because we don't have nothing else to do today.
Yeah.
So, if you're a listener, buckle up. Pour yourself a drink, light up. We about to fix
this is one of those rides that we talk about.
This is one of the rides. We're just gonna go on it. So we the Phillies are one game below 500.
Correct.
And I don't got them making the playoffs, so that's where that stands. Next, we're gonna go NBA playoffs. Now, there's some things I gotta admit.
Let me start off. I'll do the dirty work.
Go ahead.
Fuck the Knicks.
Okay. And, yeah. Let's start there.
But they hooping.
They are. Goddamn.
Yeah, damn. They actually looking good. And so they're up 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
And they can go ahead and close this series out and sit pretty and wait to go to the finals.
Do you think they close it out at the next game?
I do believe.
Oh, wow.
I believe they get them out of here.
Oh, wow.
Harden is so much of a liability.
Oh, wow. All right, but yeah, there's none of that. That's no news.
Yeah, because we seen it when he was here. We seen it before he got here, like in the playoffs. And I mean, Kobe called it back in the day. Kobe said, the way you play, the way you hoop, you're never going to win anything.
Never.
And it shows playoffs after playoffs after playoffs.
Kobe was a prophet on that, John. He straight told us exactly what it was with James Harden. Yeah. And that's bearing out to true right here in front of us.
And I feel bad for Mitchell, just like I feel bad for my Sixers, just having him on the team at that time when it's crucial. You depend on him, and he goes out there
and just turning the ball over,
turns it over, trying to draw fouls that they're trying to draw fouls that they're not going to call.
Right, foul baiting on shit they ain't calling it. You're not, and you turn the ball over expedition. Like, that's crazy.
You start bricking and airballing your step back. Like, I don't know. It's the same thing every year.
Every year. You're right about that, my dog. And it's like, we saw it here with us when he was here with us, and I for some reason believed that James Harden would be different, and it wasn't. And watching them now, it's a little bit painful as they get racked up.
Yeah,
Knicks is racking them up. Now, here's where my little bit of props. I gotta hand New York props, and I hate to do it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fuck the Knicks, but
those sentiments ring with me, but. I can't lie, what they're doing is pretty fucking historic.
It is.
And I can't lie that they're a decent ball club. And I can't lie that before the playoffs started, I thought whoever managed to claw their way out of the East was food for OKC. But there's a slightly different plan playing out right now. The Knicks have steamrolled to 10 straight wins, right?
Right.
And the fucking Spurs have a lot to say about who's leading that Western Conference final, which we're going to get into right now. The fucking Spurs, right? Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason I had OKC pegged as a champion this year, because I didn't think that Wembanyama was finished baking yet. I didn't think he was ready for the next level. But your boy Willie Hurt was wrong. Wembanyama is
Yeah.
He's that dude out there. It's that plain and simple. And his time is now.
He ready to cook.
And OKC, with that loaded roster, is in hot water, dog. Because the Spurs is legit.
I mean, that's really the competition we was looking forward to, the Western Conference Finals, to see
right
who the big dog was going to be out of there. So
right. And we mentioned it. We said it. The Western Conference is going to be it's going to be a slog. And it is. And so far I noticed, right? And I was
but the Knicks have really surprised me, because first, like you said, originally we thought whoever's coming out of here is food.
Right.
Western Conference going to eat whoever's out here.
For sure.
It's over. Pretty much it's going to be OKC, and they're going to come out here and just dog with it. But now, I'm thinking a lot different from what I've seen from the Knicks, bro. And,
okay. Now, what you've seen, do you think that's enough to get them over the hump in the finals? You got to beat either this OKC team who was up 2-1 on the Spurs, or you got to beat the Spurs with Wembanyama, right?
Yeah.
And a cast of misfits, including rookie Dylan Harp, right? They got a nice little team over there.
Yeah, they got a couple people that during previous drafts that I wish the Sixers would have got their hands on. So
you ain't never lied.
So their roster is really good. And it's that shows keeping Pop in-house, even though, with his medical issues, keeping him in-house and moving him up the ladder. And it just shows through that team the way they continue to stay competitive and the way they just build that team year after year.
Year after year after
and that's credit to Popovich, man.
And I think they got Wembanyama ahead of schedule. I didn't think he'd be Western Conference Finals bound this early in his career, his third season.
Right.
He already got a couple DPOYs under his fucking belt. This dude is going to be a problem moving forward. And he is giving OKC fits.
And it's just crazy to see somebody most people that you see throughout the years, the tall guys that were skinny like that, they were awkward. They didn't have it. This guy's a triple threat at this size, bro.
At 7'6", he's a problem, dog.
He pulled up from the logo the other day
and splashed it,
bro. And I'm just
and this Western Conference is serious as a dog fight, man. And it's the first game with the double overtime, and then the second game scored nearly the same amount of points, but they did it all in regulation. And what's crazy is, right? Thunder up 2-1. I thought this would be a competitive series. They play again tonight, 8:00. I'm going to be glued to my seat watching this one.
Right.
Because
you can't miss this one.
I can't miss it because I believe this is the finals. The next series is a formality, I thought. And you mentioned the Knicks.
I thought previously
too. And I don't want to jump ahead, dear listener. Right, I don't want to get ahead where Willie Hurt is in the finals and everybody else is still in the conference finals. So I'm gonna stick with here, and I'm gonna focus on this Western Conference series, and I'm gonna report to y'all that something y'all already know. Victor Wembanyama is that guy, and he's gonna be a problem in the NBA for decades to come. You hear me? And I don't know if I'll probably mention this to y'all, but I think he's the only player who's even gonna come close to breaking the NBA scoring record. Right. Nobody else will have a real chance. So I look out for Wembanyama if you haven't been looking already. And I love this OKC team. I love it.
So let me ask you this also with this. How do you feel about SGA with the flopping?
The SGA flopping, or what appears to be that, I don't care about that shit. But here's the thing, right? When my man do it and look at Karl Anthony Towns. He looked like he flopping his way to the bucket every fucking time. Don't nobody say nothing. He do the same shit, a lot of the same shit Embiid do, right? I noticed that during the Knicks series that Karl Anthony Towns do a lot of the same shit. Don't nobody say nothing. Embiid end up on the floor probably every play of every game.
Right.
It seemed like he don't go too long without being on the floor.
And you hate to see your big man. Huh?
You hate to see it. But he maybe does he flop a little bit? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say he's on the floor a lot. So I say I don't care. if I have to put up with something, I think I'd rather see flopping than the pushing off. That Jaylen Brown push off on the drive, that Giannis push off on the drive.
Yeah,
I'd rather see the flopping than that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the flopping can be negatively affected out of the game by referees just not blowing the whistle with the flopping. You understand what I mean? Whereas the pushing off, they don't call it.
I'm not opposed to you're driving and you got your arm extended to get some space.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. It's when you're like actively
throwing that chicken wing out there,
elbow out there, getting that wing out there,
you can't really do that,
forcing the other person off of you.
I'd rather see them flop than throw the elbow, because to me, you watch players with a physical advantage gain a tactical advantage too, a practical advantage by using the offhand to push off. It's not fair. I watched Giannis do it for years over there in Milwaukee.
True.
And we watched Jaylen Brown. They lost the series, but we watched him do it the whole. His excuse was everybody does it. What the fuck are you talking about, dog?
I mean, so I guess when you're a little more bigger or a little more physically imposing,
right? Like
him and Giannis, like they're like strong guys,
right? So them pushing off is very obvious,
right? Like I said, if you just got your arm out there, I don't have a problem with that. But when you're actively like
shooting it out there like a jab, that's different, man.
Yeah, and like
that's different.
And them being as strong as they are, like you're actually pushing somebody.
But there's a flip side to this coin, and I'll give you this much too. SGA is too good to flop. I'll give him that much.
Yeah,
he's too good a ball player. If that's what's happening and people are interpreting it that way, he has an obligation to sell fouls. So I'll give him that. He has an obligation to sell for his team. I get that. But I think he's too good to engage in these type tactics. You know what I mean? I think he has enough skill. He has enough of all the intangible, what you need to be a champion. He is a champion.
Right.
So he doesn't have to do it. Hoop out. You know what I mean? Ball out. You've been balling. You don't have to do that shit, man.
If the ref's going to call it, the ref's going to
call it. Then let them call it. Otherwise, you gotta ball out. You gotta hoop.
Because I think after a while, if people are going to start, I mean, in my mind, I'm going to take a tactical advantage of it. Because if I know that's what you're going to do, once you do that, I'm shooting down the floor. I'm hoping my team gets the rebound. I'm shooting down the floor for easy bucket every time you do that to take advantage. At least
you're going to try it. You're going to test people's chin.
We're going to test it to see. If you're on the floor, I'm already sprinting down after you put that shot up, if it goes in or not.
Exactly. And I like that we're getting competitive basketball. Not so much in the Eastern Conference, but at this point in the year, we getting good hoops. I like the fact that the Knicks are good. I'm not necessarily convinced by the Pistons or the Cavaliers. So that's why I'm mad that the Sixers really couldn't make no noise in the Eastern Conference. But I digress. We're getting good hoops out in the West, and I think maybe we'll even get a decent final series.
Don't take this statement wrong, because I don't like the Knicks. Trust me, but the Knicks being good is good for basketball.
Absolutely, I agree.
So
the only thing I don't like is what we talked about earlier. Now, what they're saying is tickets to the NBA Finals for the New York Knicks. The courtside joints was 595 bands. Now, that to me don't add up.
No.
Now, this is the downfall right here of New York being in the NBA Finals, because the tickets going to the game, even for the nosebleeds for normals, is going to be super ridiculous. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that's going to be. Now, I don't think that there'll be a ton of like other playing some other places coming into the building and doing too much. That don't happen too much when you get to this level of the basketball season anyway.
Right.
But, pardon me. But I forgot where I was going with that. But having the Knicks playing at this time of year is good for basketball. The downside is the ticket prices.
The ticket prices, yeah, because like, what is that? 1.2, almost 1.2 mil for 2 seats?
For 2 seats for one
courtside.
That's crazy. That's unreal.
So, like, you done priced out
a lot of people.
Anybody except for, like,
the super
elite at that point. Like, or somebody who just made bank that year at the Catalina wine mixer.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. It could have been it. I feel like, but that's the downside. Now, I don't mind. The Knicks are a big market team, and they're actually good after being trash for years. They stunk it up in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They back to relevance. Is it enough to beat the Western Conference like it was back in the 90s? I don't know.
Well, we're going to have to see because, I mean, they're on a run, so we'll see what happens. I mean, as long as we get some competitive finals.
Think about it. And I'm not moving on, but I just think about matchups. San Antonio got the horses to run with New York. Plus, they bigs are just bigger. I mean, Yama's that dude. Y'all ain't got enough horse. You ain't got enough depth to deal with him. Once Mitchell Roberts get in foul trouble, what you gonna do then? You gonna put OG Anunoby on him? Oh, okay.
But the OKC matchup would be good just from the depth and just that's like a chess.
Right.
That would be like a chess match.
Depth on depth, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good matchup the way I slice it. Yeah. So what do you say? Let's fix the NBA. What do you think?
Let's have at it.
Well, I mean, what's the major hurdles facing the game right now? The load management, the fucking draft, the tanking, all that shit.
Yeah, so you got the tanking, load management.
The fucking the 3-point shooting. Some people don't like it.
I mean, that's kind of the way the game evolved. I mean, once analytics touches anything of that nature,
it makes it different.
So,
all right. Well,
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, if you got guys that can shoot. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're just trying to force it and
right,
square peg round hole, like.
Here's the thing. Fixing basketball, in my mind, is like one of the easier sports to fix. Because let's start at the beginning. Basketball is a naturally popular game for several reasons. One, the accessibility of it. You can if you got a ball, you don't need anybody else to play with. You could play with a ball by yourself. You take a ball to the court, the local court, it only takes, you can be there by yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You got a friend, a one-on-one game, or you know what I mean? You got 3 friends, you playing you hooping. The game is accessible. So around the world, people act like the game. So it's not hard to monetize the NBA. So why are we doing things to monetize the NBA and sell out? The game is easy to sell.
So I already know where you're going with the first thing.
The first thing we do,
these patches off the jerseys.
Get these nut ass patches, and this is from an aesthetic standpoint, right? I know NBA players flex, and earning that uniform is a rite of passage. You understand? So even if you don't make the final roster, they give you your jersey, tell you happy hunting, and they let you go on your way. It's a badge of honor for a person to earn his way to that league.
Yes.
Right? And the uniform is the proof. Right?
I agree.
And you talked about the integrity of the game.
And I got a StubHub logo
on my uniform.
On my jersey.
Right? So if players, right, and this is strictly a players thing, players feel like earning that uniform is the badge of honor, right? The first thing you do is put a logo on it. Why? You need more money? Is that it? Right?
How?
I'm going to cheat. And it makes it look cheap. What are we doing? This is the National Basketball Association, not the rec league on 35th Street. That's not what we doing.
We got to get John's Pharmacy to help us get these jerseys.
What do we need John's Pharmacy to pay some bills around here for? Sell the space on the court all you want. I don't give a fuck. But stay off the uniforms. Lay off.
If it's the StubHub Arena or whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that.
But why are we putting this and I'm sorry for shooting at this company, but I'm not saying them in particular. But any of the logos that they put on any of the jerseys throughout the league,
all the teams, they're doing it in baseball now. They how long before hockey and fucking and NFL follow suit?
Yeah,
it's just you talk about integrity of the game, but you'll sell spaces on the uniforms. Get the fuck out of my face. Secondly, y'all don't want tanking. Nobody likes it. Okay, why don't we like tanking?
It just it's kind of against the integrity of the game at this point.
The reason why we don't like tanking is because the betting markets, right? If I'm on one of these betting apps and I know that Team A
is going to lose,
is
trying
to get a good draft pick, so
I can bet
on this game, right? Make some money. You know what I mean? And now betting is just what it is.
It is what it is.
But they don't like that. They want the odds in every game to kind of be flattened, meaning they don't want it to be that obvious that Team A, who is now 13 games under 500, is now looking to get a better draft spot by. But I don't think that that's the way to attack tanking. The best way to attack tanking is to just let tanking happen. Now, I'll tell you what.
How do you? All right, go ahead.
You let tanking happen because there's only two things you can sell in the NBA: success or hope. There's no in between. These small market teams, right?
Either we're winning or we're building.
We're either winning or we're rebuilding. Everybody else is either headed to the second round and going home if you make the playoffs at all, right? That's the key. The thing you're selling is hope when you're 13 games under 500. It's past the All-Star break. Y'all selling assets. You're selling hope in the future. I'm going to get a good draft pick. I'm going to make him into a star player. He's going to be a cornerstone of my franchise from here on out. That's sometimes the only mechanism that small market teams have. Look, I'm not going to fucking Minnesota unless I'm drafted here because it's cold as shit up there.
Right. I'm
not going to fucking certain people don't want to play in certain markets that's smaller markets. It's Minnesota ain't LA. No, I'm not picking on Minnesota. I'm sure it's a lovely place.
Right.
But you got the choice between Miami and Cleveland, and you're gonna tell me, right? You got the choice between Miami and Cleveland, and you're gonna tell me, right, which one you prefer? Come on. Keep it 100.
Makes sense. I mean,
let tanking happen. Let the teams who aren't good sell the hope to their franchise, to their fan base. Yeah, we're not going to be good, but guess what? Not being good means good draft picks. Another point on the integrity of the game. You don't like tanking, right? So you flatten the lottery odds to please the betting markets. Because you want the people to be able to bet on the games no matter what time of the year it is, right?
So everybody gets the same odds.
Everybody. You want the odds. You want parity, right? But parity in the NBA, you're not going to be able to sell that, big dog. That's not the way the league wins. The league don't win with parity. The league wins with, a bunch of star players in it, no matter what team they play for. Because if a star player get drafted to a small market team, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm looking at you, right? They can't build around him because he's too good, so they don't get good enough draft picks. And nobody wants to come there because it's fucking Milwaukee. Shout out to Milwaukee.
The only league that benefits from parity is the NFL because there's only there's 17 games now.
Because the games mean so much.
There's only so few games.
Right. That's why parity
matters there.
That league.
But you're playing 82 games.
Exactly.
Parity's not going to.
Parity don't mean anything. The NBA is about star power. That's what the NBA is about. The NBA is about stars.
And that's what they made it. So
that's what they made it. That's, for better or worse, that's what it's about. You got to get good players on your team, whether you stink or not. I need something to sell to the fan base. I need something to put butts in the seats. That's what the NBA is. And if you allow me as a smaller market team, Buffalo, whatever, to not be able to compete, like I don't care how much money they throw out to certain people, they're not going to certain markets. I'm not doing it.
That's true.
Force them in. Draft them to Milwaukee. Yeah. Milwaukee's tanking out. My problem is we watched it for years, and just because you do it don't mean it means success.
It does not guarantee success.
I'm looking at you, LA Clippers. I'm looking at you. Y'all, they was tanking. They wasn't even tanking. They was trying to win and couldn't get shit done. We watched OKC build a championship team doing it. But my issue is, like, the Sixers were tanking. We just did it. You can't tell the Sixers fans that you rolling out a team that just drafted Kevin Durant number 2 overall that's trying to win it. You're not winning the championship with that crew. It's not happening. Of course, we not going to finish high in the standings this year, right?
Yeah.
So we watched OKC do the same thing. They built a championship roster over there when they made that move from Seattle. Year after year, they finished trash. Then they took Durant and then Westbrook, then Harden and Serge Ibaka, and they built the championship team.
True.
Right? Year after year of being bad in succession. But when the Sixers did it, now it's a problem.
We had Sam Hinkie.
The only difference, we couldn't lie to our fan base about it.
Yeah, that was the thing. Sam Hinkie was not lying to the fan.
He wasn't lying.
I'm here to acquire assets.
And I'm doing it the way that the NBA has been doing it.
Has been doing it. I want to have success like the, what do you say? The San Antonio Spurs.
I want that type of success. That's how you fix tanking, by letting teams tank.
Now the Spurs.
Now get rid of the gambling. That's what you do.
Yes.
I don't care. No, my team, my league ain't a good bet. Cool.
It always bothered me to be watching like the NBA broadcast or the network or whatever, and it's just like they're giving you betting odds on the game.
On the game, during the game, right? On the broadcast. What are we talking about, dog?
I'm like, wait. The integrity of the game is what y'all scream so much, but you're giving me the over-under odds right now before the game.
Little Timmy, who's 9 years old, right?
Yeah.
Who's sitting here taking in the broadcast, just saw that.
Dad, should I take the over-under?
Oh, Dad, should I take the over-under on OKC tonight? What you think? You put that bet in for me? That's where we at. But
I should be able to get all that information on my app or whatever that I'm using to bet. But I'm like, bro, don't, come on.
So Adam Silver will beat you over the head about the integrity of the game. However, he'll flatten the lottery odds, right? So that all the teams don't tank. So that the betting odds, so that
you won't do that. Yeah.
So the betting people benefit from that. So the parity, right? That's another thing. The third thing, everyone knows it, the All-Star game stinks. I'm going to just say it.
Yeah.
The All-Star game is not competitive for several reasons.
I think everybody in the league really got too friendly, too buddy-buddy.
Yes. That's a part of it.
There's a few killers still out there. It's a few. But they feel like when I see them do an All-Star game, they be like, I'm off.
Yeah, they look at it as a vacation and I think the best players in the league should look at it that way. I can't lie to you. I think it's an extra game on a league where we should be looking at taking games away. Secondly, this is a glorified exhibition game, so nobody wants to risk getting injured in this game because it's easy to happen. We watched Kobe break his nose in an All-Star game. You know what I mean? So how do we fix it so that we still get to showcase our young players around this league, but maybe not make them go through the rigors of an All-Star game per se? Because if y'all going to suit up and hoop, we want to see some hoops. You know what I mean?
Right.
The dunk contest, got to get that on full display. 3-point contest, got to big that up also. Got to make them staples, right? There's nothing we can really do to tweak those, so we just kind of lead them.
I mean, the 3-point contest, I'm not mad about.
No, I think that's good as it is.
The dunk contest, I don't know what you can do.
I think the only thing you can really do for the dunk contest is maybe expand the field. That's the only thing you can really do, but players don't want to participate in it a lot.
Yeah.
Like the best dunkers don't want to do it. But I say don't ask people to do it. You can't make anybody do it, I guess, but we talking like I would leave the dunk contest the way it is. I would leave the 3-point contest alone also. I would get rid of the skills challenge. All right, that's over.
So I got a question. All right, I thought about this for the dunk contest.
Okay.
You grade off of the dunk requested.
Okay. So
the judges will sit there, whoever the judges, we want a windmill. Whatever windmill it could be a 360 windmill, it could be a power windmill, a reverse windmill.
Okay.
Whatever you bring up there, and whoever does the best windmill dunk out of that round, all right, that's it.
Okay.
All right, this one we want a tomahawk.
Right. Okay.
Whoever come up with the best
on demand dunk.
Yeah, like this. Okay. We call out because like waiting on the imagination factor. Some of the stuff that these guys are trying to create, you see it, but it's just like
right. Or at least make one round of it like that.
Yeah, and then you give them the one freestyle round.
Right.
Now you can go out there and do whatever the wild shit you've been thinking of.
Okay.
But I think that would help speed it up. That would also help make it a little more exciting because now, it's like you can just pull out a card, like a Uno card, like this is what we got in the stack. All right, boom.
Yeah.
We need a reverse. So everybody go out there and you got to execute some type of reverse.
I think that
and whoever had the best one gets the good score.
I like that. If you get through the first round doing normal dunks, the next round, when you get through to that, okay, you do a windmill, you do a reverse, you do a tomahawk.
Yeah, everybody got to do a win. Everybody gets to do a different windmill. Then the next round, all right, everybody gets to do a different reverse.
Okay, I got
Third round, everybody gets a freestyle dunk.
Okay.
So it's like that's how you can try to, I don't know. That's just my idea.
Yeah, and it don't take away from the dunk contest.
It doesn't take away from it.
Right. It adds a different element to it. That's really all you're doing. You're trying to big it up. You know what I mean? Wake the event up. I would get rid of the skills contest, but the question is, what do you do with the All-Star game? Right? My thing is, we want to see the best players play against each other. That's what we want. But we also have to look at it from the player's perspective. So what do you do? What do you think we should do?
That's a tough one, bro.
It's a tough one.
Because, you select people, and you ask them, all right, you're an all-star.
Right.
Do you really want to hoop in this game?
Do you
if
really?
Not, we'll find an alternate that really want. I don't know, but like you said, you don't want guys going too hard.
Right. Because you
risk
want
of
them
injury.
to finish the season.
Risk of injury, but you want a good game.
So I think it should be like timing of the All-Star game is important. Now, timing of the All-Star game is important. You putting it at the midpoint of the season. Could we adjust it to the end? Could we adjust it more toward the beginning? Do we cut the game out altogether? Because the first thing I think we should do is go back to the East-West format. Let's just go straight back to that.
Okay.
Eastern Conference versus Western
Instead
Conference.
of the pickup game format?
Instead of the pickup game format. Go straight back to East versus West. Second thing we do, let teams wear their own uniform. Players who represent their on a team, it'll be homes versus road.
I do miss that.
I think it's a great look.
What year did they do that? That was a while ago.
I think there was like one of the Mike's last years. I can't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
Or like recreate some of the best uniforms from years past. You know what I mean? That's a nice touch. I like that. But I would go back to the old format also. When it comes to the players, I would, if you don't want to play in the game, I would just say, cool, you don't have to. But you give away the All-Star nod. You know what I mean? You can say, I don't want to participate in the game. No problem, big dog. That's cool. But we're going to give that All-Star nod to a different player, right? If that's what you choose. The second thing we could do is add more stakes to the game. That's how you make the game more competitive. Maybe raise what the rate is for what they pay them. I know they're getting more money to the players. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not sure, to be honest, what to do with the All-Star game. That's a tough one. I like the two ideas with rearranging the format back to the original and bringing the uniforms. Everybody bring their own. I think that'll juice the game a little. But you still going to need You need competition in the game is what you need.
Yeah, you got to give competition, and you got to give the players some type of incentive. So,
right. And I'm trying to use money as a motive to incentive.
If you use money as a motive, do you have the players pick a charity?
Okay.
A charity or organization, and like whoever wins or is MVP, you get a certain thing to your.
If you win the game, I think you make it the ultimate stakes. If you win the game, you get paid, and if you don't, you don't. How about that? How about that action? You can work for free on NBA All-Star Weekend, or you can get paid. Put the ultimate stakes on it. That's how you incentivize competition in the game. Because if you lose, you get a check for $9 like you did jury duty and shit. That's what that is, right? Otherwise, you out here, you just doing promo for the league, big dog. Run that in. That's how you encourage competition in the All-Star game. If they don't win, you get a $9 check, and you increase.
you get the jury duty check.
You get a jury duty check, and if you increase the money for the winners, that's how you incentivize competition in that game. Right now, the last part is what to do with the goddamn skills challenge. Kick it to the curb. That's what you do.
Yeah, I don't see no point in that.
It's no point in having it. Unless you go, I say replace it with a game of horse or something like that.
Do you keep the rookie game?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I love the rookie game. I actually think that's better than the All-Star game.
Okay, we keep the rookie game, but all right, so.
Because it showcases like the young talent around the league, and I think that's great for the league. You got to keep the rookie game.
And they play a little harder because they're still trying to make a name for themselves. So
yeah, and give it another fun event. I don't know. Horse, fucking you could play the WNBA All-Star game. You could do something like that. You could mix the two leagues together for All-Stars, something. Do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well bring the WNBA in some type of way.
See if you can get them some shine while you're at it. Include them in one.
Invite them down for All-Star Weekend. Mm-hmm. Put them in some, instead of having a skills challenge,
let them do the whole thing, the whole skills challenge.
I mean, they don't have to do the skills challenge, but I'm just saying that, like, if they wanted to take part and they have a 3-point contest for the WNBA, you know,
absolutely,
like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, fun it up.
Let the ladies come down and show out.
Yeah. And now, to be honest, if we did those things,
that would be better than the skills challenge.
Yeah. Fuck the skills challenge. Let the ladies do something. Get them involved in this shit. They need to shine anyway.
Facts.
Let them come on through. Those things alone.
I got another thing. So,
all right.
If you go back to the East-West format of the All-Star game,
right,
let it affect the finals. I mean,
dude, baseball tried that shit, dog. It ain't like that.
Gives it stakes.
It does, but
I mean, I guess you salty if you still got the best record. And y'all lost the All-Star game.
I think it takes away from the team with the best record.
I can see that.
So I think pay is the only thing that seems to motivate these guys. So I say make the game monetary. That way you get the best competition out of it. It's really just that simple.
Yeah, I'm going hooper so I don't get the jury duty check, bro.
Yeah, I don't want a $9 check. I just played a $9 check.
Yeah, I just played
I just played for jury duty money.
Yeah.
No. Now those things alone, do they help the league? I think they do. Because I do happen to believe that the playoff final format for the NBA is actually really good. I would get rid of the play-in. See you. I'm getting rid of the in-season tournament. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. Because that is
gone.
Oh my God. I meant to talk about that a while ago. Like that irritated. I was like watching that. Like, what is the point?
It's no point
of this.
There's no point in it. It's cool for college basketball. You know what I mean? Because they play in conferences and things like that. That's cool for them. You know, in the national invitational tournament, you invite some teams out and it counts toward they record toward that's cool. That's not what we got here in the NBA. We don't need for that. We don't need for that.
It's not helping you win your division. It's not helping you win.
No. And it don't get you shit anyway.
These are regular season games you need to be winning anyway.
Right. You need them towards your final standings.
And we're counting them towards what? whose bright idea was this to make the games mean more?
No, they don't mean shit.
It doesn't.
It don't mean shit. That's why I would seriously consider dropping 10 games off the schedule. And I know that it's going to receive a ton of backlash from the older players who say, oh, we did it. We played 82 games. Why can't these soft motherfuckers play 82? I get it. You're right. I understand 100%. But I think we're playing in a different league now. Whereas the league in the late 80s and early 90s was more, unk strength and the game players were stronger.
Right.
I think now they're more athletic. And I believe that with that being the case, it lends itself to guys getting hurt more because they are more athletic. They do more. They sacrifice their body more.
More soft tissue injuries than anything. Right.
Yup. Because these guys are jumping out the fucking gym. Whereas back when the late 80s, early 90s, those guys were few and far between. Gerald Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, Mike, these high flyers, these were like not everyday guys.
Right. Now every team has one.
Now every team got 2-3 guys like that. From an athleticism standpoint, not maybe from a skill standpoint.
Yeah, from an athleticism standpoint, if they got a free run, they'll come down and yam on you.
Yeah, they jumping out the gym. These kids are far more athletic than they ever were. And it affects the game. It affects them with the injuries. So I'm thinking that that's a part of it with these, like you said, the soft tissue injuries. So I'm thinking, do you lop off 10 games? Is 10 games enough? Is it too many?
I would like to do most of these. How many guys play?
What do you mean?
The 82 anymore anyway.
I don't know how they play 82 games. If I play one game,
not even how. How many guys play 82 games anymore?
It doesn't happen often. It don't. You at the end of the year, you probably have, I don't know, a handful of guys. I say the number. My guess is that the number is under 20.
I want to look that up and find out how many guys.
You look it up while I run my mouth.
I'll bring that up later.
All right, we'll get back to it.
My phone about to check. You know how I do.
Yeah. But I think that number's under 20 players league-wide who play all 82 games.
Not even 82. I mean, I'm going to look it up. How many guys at least clipped 70? How many guys at least, like.
And.
Yeah, I want to that really puzzles me, like, because you say chop 10 games off, so you go 82, you go to 72. How many players in the league actually get that many in? Because, like you said, how many games you got to have to qualify for the All-Star game?
62.
62.
Is it 62? Something like that. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so I guess.
Oh, look at this, bro. Goddamn.
What you got for me, bro? You got the number?
I got the number. God damn. Only 18 players played all 82 games in 25-26 NBA regular season out of 582 qualified players. What number did I fucking say, dog? I said 20. I said it's under 20. So,
damn.
Out of 500 and something players, only 18 play all 82 games. So that's telling me something. Right? That's telling me that you playing too many games because only 18 make it to the final job.
That could be injuries,
personal
things, anything. Like
I get it.
Yeah.
Now the owners ain't gonna like it. Cutting 10 games off cuts into their profit.
So you know what you got to do.
You know what you got to do.
You gotta throw money at that problem.
You gotta throw money at the problem. And the NBA is already good at this, making shit uniforms.
So
they're already good at it.
So you want to get rid of the patches on the uniforms?
Yeah.
You just turned the uniforms into NASCAR by dropping 10 games off the schedule.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That is true. You did do that.
You just did that.
Yup.
Because the same way we fixed Major League Baseball by chopping the games, we said go ahead and do the dog shit jerseys. And that's what we thought.
Yeah, anything y'all tried out there, I'm co-signing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So any merch, so pretty much.
Y'all got to hawk that merch. It's more merch. The more merch that y'all hawk, the greater y'all annual revenue share check gonna be. That'll make up for the 10 games y'all missed. So y'all know what it is.
So you're willing to sacrifice the jerseys?
Yeah, they're gonna be ugly.
You're gonna have to take that off the table. It's gonna be Houston Rockets back in the day.
Yeah, 90 who were Rockets.
San Antonio All-Star game jerseys.
Damn.
Bad, bro.
God damn. Oh no, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad. And I'm talking about logos everywhere, bro. Like,
is it gonna be mid-90s Sixers bad?
Nasty.
Nothing is that bad, but
nasty
work. But if you come up with a hit jersey and people like it, you can sell. You know what I mean? But yeah, we might get some doozies. Yeah. So, but
that's how you fix the NBA according to the Center Court podcast.
Yeah, those tweaks plus ones that make sense will fix the NBA. Oh man. Man, I like having fun here, bro, and I appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Yeah, sure enough.
I want to give a shout out to my guy, S. Carter, bro. Just wanted to say what's up to my guy, bro.
Yo, what's up? My guy, Steve.
And just wanted to say what's up to him, shout him out because he hit us up and wanted to make sure we gave him some props. But hey, listen, remember that the Center Court Podcast Party is scheduled for 11/22/26. Just make sure you're in the building.
And we got some other stuff coming up.
Yeah, the plan is in the works, dog.
Yeah.
It's a plan on the table that could involve the Center Court Podcast leaving the state. And
taking these shenanigans on the road.
Yeah, and this is dangerous for anybody out there in the general public, of course. But you know how we do. So stay tuned for that. Because it could be announcement could be coming out on soon about that real quick, and we want you in the building.
Yeah, so don't forget 11/22 Eagles Steelers
watch party, fish fry. Come through and support. It's gonna be a big. We know it's a while from now. They just announced the schedule, but the venue gets so packed so quick.
So we just wanted to book it early, get the word out.
Yeah. And we did that for y'all. So it's gonna be a good time. So we want y'all to come out and. We thank y'all for tuning in. And once again, like I said, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. We'll have more takes. We headed into the dog days, but once the NBA season's over.
Yeah, we got some other stuff on the table that we're going to talk about. Right, Sixers trivia and some other stuff. So
yeah, it's a lot of topics coming up for the summer. It's not just going to be the dog days.
Fantasy stuff. So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff planned. And we thank y'all for sticking in with the Center Court Podcast, man. We'll talk to y'all later. You ready, bro?
Shoot.